not Kisumu, but somewhere in Kilifi or in a coast region. And he was busy dancing, and all of a sudden a madman came and caned Raila Odinga. So people, I saw a person was saying that that was a security breach on his side, and he allowed that to happen. And also we had a moment where Raila Odinga, still in coastal region, the podium fell, or the podium collapsed when Raila Odinga and other politicians were on top of it, and people were criticizing him, saying that that was the work of a personal bodyguard or close security personnel to go inspect that place before Raila Odinga could go and maybe could go and stand on it while addressing the Kenyans. What's your take about that?
I think, like you said, that was a security breach, and it was unfortunate for a person like Raila Amolo Odinga to be beaten the way he was beaten at that time. I hope that George Oduor has left the security detail of Raila Amolo Odinga intact and more vigilant after that incident. I think it was very, very unfortunate. They were sloppy. And I am sure that by the time that George Oduor was leaving his family or dying, I'm sure the security detail is not the same as it was before currently. Yeah, because the temperatures politically are flying sky high, and there are many people who are not happy with Raila as we speak, because of the fact that he is now in cohorts with William Ruto in terms of wanting to ensure that the stability of this country is ensured, and just to ensure that there is unity. But then again, I am also curious to know who is taking over after George Oduor. I am very curious to know who will be the head of the security detail of the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, because it seems that George Oduor did a lot of heavy lifting.
But so far we've seen there is another guy. You remember during the Azimio Maandamanos, there's this guy that was allegedly abducted by the government, that is Raila Odinga's bodyguard. So there is that I don't remember his name well. So
the one who was abducted.
Yeah, he was abducted by government na akapoteza for some hours, ndio akakuwa released. So there is that, and pia people people criticized him. Pia they were saying if Raila's close bodyguard can be abducted, what does that mean to the security of someone like Raila Odinga? Because for a security person, he should be anonymous in some way. Anonymous in this way that people should just watu wanafaa kuone, but they are not supposed maybe to know your personal life, your program na vitu kaa hizo, so that kuna ile mystery lazima upatie watu so that they don't know you well, they don't know your moves, they don't know your schedule na vitu kaa hizo. So people are saying that him being abducted was somehow a weakness inside yake, na ilikuwa inaonyesha great danger to Raila Odinga security.
I think people are watching a lot of movies. Because as much as you're trained in the Mossad in Israel, or trained by the KGB in Russia, or trained by the CIA or the FBI in the United States, or trained by the DCI here in Kenya, or by any special security detail around the world, let's not forget that no human being is perfect. Even the director of CIA in the US can also die, can also be killed, can also be abducted. anybody who is working in the army, who is working in the police, or working in any army of security that is protecting this country from internal danger or protecting this country from external forces. They are not immortal.
Yeah.
They are human beings and they can be captured. Yes? Remember during the 9/11 drama that happened in the US?
Okay.
Who would have thought that the United States of America could be penetrated by the Al Qaeda, which was headed at the time by Osama bin Laden? Ever since that time, the United States had to learn the hard way, and that is when the war on terror began.
Yeah.
In Kenya, 1998, during the bomb blast that happened in the US Embassy and the Cooperative Bank, and also in Tanzania. Yes, so many of the countries that were sound in security detail and that could not be penetrated. Well, there was some sloppiness in it, and it's just a matter of tightening the nuts and ensuring that people stay vigilant all the time. So it's a matter of being alert. It's a matter of not being sloppy. It's a matter of ensuring that security is tight 24/7. And when you have a security detail that is tight 24/7, you don't expect it to be a one-man show.
Yeah.
So it has to be, the security detail also needs to be ventilated, whereby people have to be trained. A number of people need to be trained, and to ensure just that if there happens to be something that is a danger to the political class or to Raila Amolo Odinga, then the first priority, or what needs to be done first, is done to ensure that the life of the political class is protected at all costs. There needs to be protocols. So a set of protocols need to be activated to ensure that such things do not happen. So after the 9/11, a set of protocols was set up in the United States by the Pentagon, and also here in Nairobi, in Kenya, the KDF, the security detail know exactly what to do when such a situation happens, and that is exactly what need. I am sure the Judge Oduor set up a set of protocols in instances where there was going to be a breach. It's not even something that is to be debated upon. Remember, during the President of the United States campaign, Donald Trump, look what happened. He was almost assassinated, and he was surrounded by security details. So that tells you that they are not immortal, and that they can also make mistakes, but they can learn and ensure they tighten up the security.
So that means that if kuna hii instant wanasemanga, if you are a bodyguard to a person or any person, you have been apart from politicians, it's like you have given up your life for them.
That completely, because you're a human being, unless you're wearing a safety belt, a bullet vest that protects you. But if in case the assassins are eyeing the political class head, and you shield the person who is being killed, and the bullet hits you on the head, then you have done your part and you die. You've done your part, so, and your life goes heroically.
There is this issue now of, for example, where politicians tend to maybe risk the lives of bodyguards. You understand? We can say the instances like, you know very well as a politician, there is a region that you are not wanted, and people don't want anything to do with you, and you just carelessly take your yourself there kwa sababu you know that you have bodyguards and nothing nobody will harm you, or nothing will harm you, even no weapon will harm you, and wewe unabeba bodyguards kwenda pale. We saw an instant where someone like Sakaja, there is alienda mahali kwa market fulani hapo na alikuwa amebeba bodyguards, and he went to comfort some people that walikuwa wamepoteza mali yao kwa soko due to fire, and those residents were angry, and they ended up throwing stones. Na the size of the stones that were being thrown hazikuwa hii atindo kidogo, so the bodyguards had to take all those stones in, and we saw an instant where they just they walim protect na body yao, and kuna hii instant ya now being careless kwa sababu una feel kuna bodyguard, you understand. So you know that you have people that will protect you, so it's like you have that authority to go and now to go anywhere. So I think as even as a politicians, you must know that people that are protecting you, they are wako na lives zao, and they have their own family, and pia ni human being, they are not robots, na pia wanasikia uchungu na vitu kama hizo, so it's better for you not to risk their lives. Pia last week, it was just last Sunday, we saw an instant where Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa na scaffold pale Mwiki at church service in PCEA, and we saw the bodyguards managed to rescue his life, na waka scare off the goons that came to attack him. And even kuna another instant where some of his security walikuwa injured pale Meru. We remember at a funeral pia kulikuwa na scaffold kama hiyo, you understand. So I think as politicians pia they should know that they are not dealing with robots, and I think kama ni robots wanataka, think kunaweza kuwa robots robot bodyguards ama they are not yet discovered.
Maybe that's where we are headed with the AI coming in. Probably it might come to pass in the near future.
Yes.
That reminds me of the movie Terminator, where we'll have human stroke robots kind of security. I will not be shocked. But again, like you said, I think politicians also need to listen to their security detail. If they have done their groundwork, or they have gone to spy at an area to find out whether the place where they're supposed to go, or maybe have a rally and talk to the people, is not very viable security wise, then they need to listen to their security detail, instead of just thumping and going there hoping that the bodyguards will do their best. They'll be putting the lives of themselves and the security detail at harm's way, which is very bad, and it's a sign of chest thumping and not listening, because the security detail are supposed to give you direction and just tell you which is the best course forward in how to handle issues when it comes to security. And also I think that they need to just stop thinking about themselves, because politicians, they need to understand that they are the servants of the people. They are not above the law. They're not above the people that they chose. 2027 is coming, and so they need to tone their tones down and just chill and ensure that they provide services to the people who elected them.
Yeah, so